What do you think of this super committee now, this gang of 12, as some are calling, at least I'm calling it a gang of 12. You can see the pictures right behind us, 6 senators, 6 members of the House. You think they're going to, by Thanksgiving, they're going to be able to come up with a deal that would pass?
I think it's very noticeable with the gang of 12. There is none of the gang of 6. And I think that's what people are talking about, is like, how can we expect, there's a lot of skepticism, is if this is the group that can really have compromise, bring people together, do the $1.2 trillion in cuts. I think there's a lot of skepticism right now. And it would have been nice to see more leadership if Minority Leader Pelosi had been on there, somebody who could really negotiate.
No, last thing, first of all, you don't need Boehner, Cantor, Pelosi, or Steny Hoyer on this particular committee. But people have to remember, all it takes is 7 votes. Okay, and so we assume that 6 Democrats, 6 Republicans, there will be no compromise. No, you do have some hardliners on this list, but you do have the opportunity for somebody to say, look, I'm not going to sit here and be so hardline, I can actually cross the aisle. If you have 5 Democrats, pick up a couple of Republicans, you got 7.
I could easily see a situation, and you correct me if I'm wrong, where you have all 6 Republicans not budging on raising taxes because they've signed that Grover Norquist pledge, no new taxes. They're not going to raise taxes, but they will make significant spending cuts. They need one Democrat who's going to cross over and join for a 7-5 vote. Max Baucus, for example, of Montana. Wow. Could he be that Democrat? He voted for the Bush tax cuts back in 2001, 2003. Could he be that swing vote that would help the Republicans get a 7-5 majority, which would then bring it to the floor of the Senate and the House? No amendments, no filibusters, an up or down vote.
I think that you pointed to the right part of that, and that was the tax cut component. But looking at a lot of the rates and such, and maybe some of the special loopholes that a lot of special interests have, looking at cutting those kind of things that happened back in the 80s. Those are the kind of reforms I think Republicans and Democrats, it's very difficult to make, but getting rid of a lot of those little loopholes.
But the Republicans cannot keep talking about no tax cuts when the Bush tax cuts did contribute to the deficit. And so, look, this is the whole point.
Could you see that 7-5 scenario?
To a significant amount of
Could you see that 7-5 scenario?
I see any kind of 7-5 scenario. I don't necessarily see 6 Republicans saying absolutely nothing to tax cuts. We can sit here and dance all day around it. The CBO says it adds to the deficit. At the end of the day, if they think that they're going to do just...
Do you think one of those Republicans might break the Grover Norquist pledge?
Look, I think when you have 12 people who have to be grown-ups, somebody has to tell Grover Norquist
the answer is yes.
to sit his behind down. Absolutely.
And do you want to guess which Republican would do that?
No. First of all, you can't guess right now because you don't know the dynamics of the negotiation or what happens. I do believe, though, you will have the Republican who tells Grover Norquist, you are unelected, I am, this is for the good of the country.
We'll know by Thanksgiving, guys.
We will.
Thank you.